Disney's brand new Pirate Tavern broke the internet. Universal just killed off one of its tallest coasters, and Halloween season has already started in Disney World and Disneyland. This is your Disney and Universal Park news for the week of August 17th. Welcome back to Theme Park News Network. I'm Matt, and I am so glad I'm not baking in the hot Florida sun. What kind of sucker goes to the parks in the middle of August anyway? What? Oh, I'll be there next week? Oh, I guess I'm one of them. The only thing I can do now is get to some headlines. We start with Disney's biggest new addition, the Beak and Barrel, a Pirates of the Caribbean themed tavern opening August 29th at the Magic Kingdom. Themed as Captain Meridian Mary Goldwyn's pirate pub, with her parrot first mate Rummy keeping watch, the lounge will be the first real full-service bar in Magic Kingdom history. Food highlights include Kraken's Catch. Yeah, that's octopus tentacle salad. You know what I love when I'm sweating in a theme park? Octopus tentacle salad. There's also delicious corn griddle cakes with cheese and chili pepper. And Island Provisions, a shareable dip platter. The drink highlights? There's the Treasure Trove mocktail with cake planks and chocolate cannonballs. The Salty Seas margarita is tinted purple with ube. And the Plunderer's Punch, served in a collectible skull mug for only $46. Yeah, you heard me right, $46. For that price, that skull better have belonged to Walt Disney himself. But forget the food. The real story is that when Reservations opened last week, Disney's entire dining system collapsed. The My Disney Experience app and website crashed harder than me after 3 rum punches. Hey-o! Yeah. Guests got nothing but error screens and down for maintenance messages. Disney eventually admitted, nope, reservations weren't happening that day. They've since promised Beak and Barrel bookings will return the week of August 18th, but no confirmed date. Which means pirates, parrots, and punch bowls have officially broken Disney IT. So if you wanted to drink rum in Adventureland, tough luck. You'll just have to settle for chugging that cheap vodka you smuggled through security in your kid's sippy cup. Sippy cups full of vodka. Good times. The 2025 EPCOT International Food and Wine Festival kicks off August 28th and runs through November 22nd. Over 35 booths are back with some brand new highlights. Gyoza's of the Galaxy is the only food booth that's completely new to the event, featuring dumplings with buffalo, French onion soup, and street corn flavors. You know, all the traditional flavors of Japan, like French onion soup and Mexican street corn. Coastal Eats rebooted with Peruvian ceviche and a seaside pot pie. You know, I wonder if that's a pie served in a pot that they found near the ocean, or... Nah, that's probably just a seafood pot pie. Sometimes I overthink these things. And then Flavors from Fire added a Rodizio-style grilled beef skewer. Okay, now I know that Rodizio was a Harry Potter spell. No way am I overthinking that one. So many different options to choose from, or as I like to think of it, so much food to prevent me from blacking out while I'm drinking around the world. Meanwhile, over at Universal, we said goodbye to Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit. Well, not literally, it's just a ride and it's not sentient or anything. I guess say whatever you want to it, and it's not going to matter because of that whole non-sentience thing. August 17th was its last day of operation. By August 18th, the 167-foot tall coaster that let you pick your own soundtrack was officially closed forever. Fans got commemorative guitar picks on the final ride day, which is a nice touch, especially if you have a guitar. But reviews were mixed. Some mourned a classic, others said good riddance to a rough, rattly headache machine. Opened in 2009, it was fast, tall, and occasionally broke down while you were strapped into a vertical lift hill, which is exactly as fun as it sounds. Let's celebrate Rip Ride one last time, and this in memoriam.
Passengers on this roller coaster got the ride of their lives when it got stuck for nearly 3 hours.
Scary moments for riders stuck on a Universal Orlando ride in Florida this morning. Look at that right there.
Hi, riding.
Suspended 165 feet in the air at nearly 90 degrees, 12 Universal Orlando guests spent more than 2 hours on the Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit coaster.
She was scared to half to death about it, but I said it'll be okay. They take good care of their stuff, so thank goodness it wasn't us.
The ride did exactly what it was supposed to do when a glitch happens, which is come to a complete stop. There were no reports of injuries.
Universal has already filed demolition permits, and rumors point to an East Coast version of Hollywood's Fast and Furious drifting coaster taking over the space. Because if there's one thing that's been successful at Universal Orlando, it's Fast and Furious rides. Five Nights at Freddy's is getting its own haunted house this year, and now a full restaurant overlay. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria is coming to life inside Universal. Most likely, Louis' Italian restaurant will get the transformation treatment. Which means, yes, you can eat inside a replica of the cursed animatronic pizzeria from the movie. Fans online absolutely lost it. Quote, "We're gonna have a real FNAF restaurant?" That was an actual quote and an actual interpretation of what they probably sound like. So yeah, Universal just made every 12-year-old gamer's dream into an actual dinner reservation. Creepy animatronics, creepy pizza, creepy set dressing, creepy Italian dressing. It's like an Olive Garden, but with jump scares. Actually, I've had a ton of jump scares at Olive Garden, but they've mostly been isolated to the bathroom. Sticking with HHN, let's talk about one of this year's original houses. Hatchet and Chain's Demon Bounty Hunters. Personally, I would have been more excited about Hatchet and Chain's Dog the Bounty Hunter, but admittedly, I like stupid things. Discover Universal has dropped an extensive preview of the upcoming original haunted house coming exclusively to HHN Orlando. It's a spaghetti western horror mashup as Chains, demon-savvy bounty hunter, teams up with Hatchet, an undead demon he saved, to battle lava demons summoned from Hell's Well. Hey, isn't that an AC/DC song? The house takes you through a Cowtown depot, a saloon, and a graveyard, all while serving classic western vibes dripping with gore. The finale? A full moving and don't forget those lava demons bursting out of people's bodies, which is the exact same thing that happened at my last birthday party. Talk about embarrassing. Go check out Discover Universal for the full scoop, and go check out my Instagram to see that one time I fought my own lava demons. And yes, those demons are metaphorical. Remember Premium Scream Night? You know, Universal's pre-opening, extra cost HHN preview that's happening on August 28th? This year, tickets cost between $375 and $415, and for that cost, you get shorter lines, unlimited food, and non-alcoholic drinks, free parking, and for the first time, you get to wear costumes. Excited? You ready to go grab your tickets? Well, you can't, because Premium Scream Night is completely sold out. I guess if you didn't get tickets, you can make fun of all of the fans that shelled out $400 to go a night early. Losers. And by losers, I guess I'm including myself in that group. Totally bought tickets. HHN in August. Weird. Over at City Walk, the Red Coconut Club has once again been possessed by HHN theming. This year has been unveiled as KOVEN, Dead Coconut Club. Expect witchy Coven decor and nightly free admission. It runs Wednesdays through Sundays from August 29th through November 2nd. Judging by the font on the poster, is there going to be some sort of college or sorority influence to the overlay this year? And more importantly, am I going to need my high school transcripts to get past admissions? I really hope they don't need my SAT scores, and if I have to submit an essay, it's going to be written by ChatGPT. You better believe that. Oh God, will I have to rush a sorority? Because that's going to involve what I can only imagine is the plot of a very sexist 80s comedy where I put on a wig and a skirt and show up as Matina, my gender-swapped twin sister. Wait. I bet I can just walk in and order a drink and enjoy that thing without all of whatever the hell that was. Sorry. Will this year's edition top last year's 80s vampire theme? I guess we'll see when the Dead Coconut Club comes back on August 29th, the first official night of HHN. Back on the Disney side, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party officially kicked off August 15th. Looking for a Halloween parade? Well, Boo to You is back. Want a fun Halloween show? Look no further than the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular. And fireworks, oh boy, find your spot for the Not So Spooky Spectacular hosted by Jack Skellington. Social media feedback for the event's opening weekend was mixed. Fans loved the new Jack and Sally costumes. They hated the $229 peak ticket prices. And some guests reported 3.5-hour waits to meet characters. 3.5 hours for Jack Skellington? And people are complaining about some of the ride waits at Epic Universe? One idea to improve this event, drop in one terrifying scare zone, like right there in the middle of Fantasyland. Think of the TikToks, people. Just think about all of those hilarious TikToks. Oh, those poor kids and looking like fools on the TikToks, running all scared. Meanwhile, in California, Oogie Boogie Bash has returned to DCA. The event runs August 17th through Halloween. It's got Villains Grove, immersive treat trails, and the frightfully fun parade. Tickets, $139 to $199, and nearly every date is already sold out. Seriously, I just checked, and there are like 2 dates that still have tickets. That's nuts. Fan reactions praise the returning villains, but some criticize this year's event and character costumes as creepy in the wrong way. The hell is creepy in the wrong way? Creepy's creepy, right? Which event do you guys prefer, Oogie Boogie or Not So Scary? Sound off in the comments. Looking ahead, Destination D23 runs August 29th through the 31st at Coronado Springs. This year's theme is a journey around the worlds of Disney. Events include Cuscotopia Night, that's fun to say, at Typhoon Lagoon, and a 90s Disney concert to close out the weekend. Noticeably missing, a Parks and Resorts panel, which means no Josh D'Amaro on stage dropping ride announcements. Instead, all eyes are on the Disney Villains Icons of Evil panel, where fans think we'll finally get official details on the long-rumored Villains Land for Magic Kingdom. Other rumors, updates on Tropical Americas at Animal Kingdom, a Monsters, Inc. coaster update, more Disney Cruise Line ships, and maybe even Avatar at California Adventure. So yeah, it's technically not a parks panel, but let's be real. You're still going to be refreshing Twitter every 5 minutes. And aren't we supposed to be calling it X now? I don't know. And finally this week, we need to talk about Disney adults. Back in 2022, Rolling Stone wrote about how the internet hates Disney adults. That stigma never went away, and lately, it feels like the fandom is starting to fracture from the inside. For years, the internet has loved to drag Disney adults as if they're the most embarrassing fandom alive, the internet's favorite punching bag. And they weren't wrong. People love making fun of grown-ups crying at fireworks, hoarding popcorn buckets, and wearing Mickey ears on a flight. But here's the twist. Disney adults aren't the real problem. The real problem is the rise of the Disney alphas. These are the gatekeepers. Those who treat Disney fandom like a hierarchy, who need to prove they know more, planned better, or love Disney harder than you. And the irony, they're also the same people who collapse into rage at the mere suggestion that Disney fandom could ever be made fun of. Disney adults, they chase joy. Disney alphas chase superiority. And the result? Outsiders mock the fandom as obsessive and entitled. Insiders are gatekeeping each other, and casual fans feel pushed out. A Disney alpha is the fan who acts like the CEO of your vacation. Oh, you're excited to see Fantasmic? Well, actually, you should know that the original 1992 Burbank score was 14 seconds longer, and if you didn't cry at that, you're not a real fan. I mean, how many times have you heard that? You're not a real fan. That one little phrase takes something we're all supposed to be enjoying together and twists it into an odd competition meant to be divisive for the sake of being divisive. It becomes a quest for superiority. Disney alphas live for superiority. They have an intense need to be at the top of the food chain. It's not about having fun. It's about being first. It's about being right. It's about being the most knowledgeable. Discussions stop being lively and start becoming narcissistic contests where the winner receives, I don't know, some sort of validation that's missing in their daily normal lives. Disney adults cry at fireworks. Disney alphas cry when you don't cry enough. Your churro isn't just a snack, it's an indictment of your worth as a fan. It all becomes an exhausting fandom killer. Instead of being a community built on shared joy, it turns into who's alpha enough to belong. New fans feel unwelcome. Casual fans feel mocked. And outsiders look in and think, wow, Disney people are exhausting. Not because of the adults, because of the alphas. And this is what they miss. The magic was never about being the best fan. It was about escape, about joy, about belting out grim grinning ghosts in line with strangers, about crying during fireworks without worrying that someone's grading your tear count. It's about feeling the uninhibited joy you felt as a child. That's what makes being a Disney adult fun. The obsession with superiority just sucks the joy out of it. So let's call it like it is. Disney adults aren't cringe. Disney alphas are cringe. At the end of the day, the only alpha in the Disney parks is Mickey Mouse. And spoiler, he's not impressed by your perfectly planned and executed park strategy. He only cares that you had fun. And isn't that the only thing that should matter for all of us? So here's the question. Are Disney adults ruining the fandom, or are they just misunderstood? Drop your takes in the comments. And that's the news for this week. From pirate taverns and pizza animatronics to witches covens and $400 Scream Night, it's a wild season in the parks. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss next week, because I assume there will be a whole bunch of new news items to obsessively obsess over. But for now, I'm going to log in and start refreshing those dining reservations. And I got to get things ready for the trip next week. It's going to be tough. You guys ever done Horror Nights in August? This is weird, but I think it's going to be fun. Okay, I got to go. I got to pack.